Hello everyone, Malakith here. Now you're not imagining things if you're watching this at release. Yes, I have put out episode 5 before episode 2, 3 and 4. So a quick post-video introduction to explain that. So episodes 1 through 4 are the co-op play. And Chad has a release schedule he wants for that, which is quite a bit longer than I thought. I think he wants to do one a week. Whether he changes his mind, who knows. Episode 5 is the bit where I run off in my own direction and start doing the solo base. Now, as a part of the solo video, which is this one, I put a channel update while I was running off exploring, which I really want to get out, but I obviously don't want to upset Chad's thing as it's Chad's series. So episode 5 is going to come out before 2, 3 and 4. I wouldn't worry too much about spoilers. You catch a small glimpse of something I built during the co-op bit as I sprint past it. But for the most part, what you see in the solo video isn't the area of the co-op base I was even remotely working on. So there shouldn't be any spoilers. You may just catch the odd reference where I go, oh, check out that previous video. And obviously that video is not out yet for you to check. But I think those are kept to a minimum. Anyway, enough of my pre-video rambling. Let's get on with it. All right, hello everyone, welcome back. And what we'll be doing is heading off in my unique direction, which we'll go up and have a look at in a minute. It's that away. Actually, go back to the end of the last video. You'll see the direction from the top of the mountain. It saves me climbing up there. For the start part of this video, I'll be explaining what's going on with the channel, what's happening, and all those other fun things. We are just going to quickly grab a lot of my gear that I dropped off in here so that I have some vague start point to go from. I'm sure I had a better sword in here than that. Someone's possibly borrowed it. These were definitely mine. We'll swap that out. Nope. Oh, someone's been busy on the rail carts. I'll take a stack of planks, stack of cobble. We'll go sleep in the bed so it's daytime, and then we will... Oh, it's daytime now. Cool. Right, so what's been happening with the channel? So as I'm sure many people will know, I haven't been posting much at all recently. There's a few reasons for that. The main one, however, is what I'm sure you hear many places is just sort of, I guess, I don't like saying it, but mental health. Not to do with YouTube. In fact, YouTube's probably one of the outlets that actually keeps me reasonably sane. Dungeons & Dragons being another one. Just anything that lets me unwind, be creative, etc. And family, of course, but of the things I choose to spend my free time on, those are the obvious ones. Mostly the cause is just work and the general work climate at the moment, without wanting to cause any ridiculous debates. Oh, hello sheep. I need a bed, so unfortunately you're going to snuff it. Quite detour, sorry. Brexit, not ideal, because I'm in a company whose, I wouldn't go as far as say primary market, but one of their primary markets is Europe. So the uncertainty around that means, well, how secure is your job really? My wife also works in somewhere where all of their suppliers are European, and they're the kind of suppliers like Italian marble and Venetian glass. I don't know. They're not the kind of things you can just make in England or the UK as an alternative. So, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty there. I wouldn't say I've got a bad job, but there's aspects of it I'm not particularly fond of. Just a lack of knowing what's happening in the future, sort of progression-wise and things, is frustrating. And that obviously all takes a toll in the end. And all the sort of the toll it's been taking is I've just been getting home and being exhausted, not really feeling like playing much of anything, and definitely not really feeling like trying to be happy and energetic and talking for, I mean, well, my video's half hour to an hour. I usually do multiples at once. Don't really feel it comes across particularly well, and then I feel I'm making subpar content, and it just gets in a nice little spiral of kind of me not really wanting to do it for that moment in time. I don't mean long term, but just at that point in time, I don't feel like it. Just coming out of hay fever season obviously didn't help matters when you constantly sound like you've got a cold and have to stop to blow your nose every 2 minutes. That, again, really doesn't make you feel like you're making quality content. So, yeah. All the series that I've got, so I'll say maybe not Imperator. I was a bit disappointed with Imperator. It's very shallow. I mean, it's a Paradox game. Let them stick 5 DLCs on it. It will probably be at least good, if not awesome. So that's kind of what I'm doing with Imperator. Total War. So my issue with the last few Total Wars, Warhammer excluded. I'll treat Warhammer as a completely separate thing. I do like the Warhammer games; they're great, but they're not a traditional Total War. The traditional historical Total Wars since Rome 2, like Rome 2 was fresh and new, and we've redone a load of stuff. Attila was like, we tweaked it a bit and we've added some different takes on it. And ever since then, it's just been the same thing, repackaged with a few extra bits. And like, don't get me wrong, I love the extra bits. Like the new recruiting method, for example, where you raise the unit and then it, the men aren't just there immediately, is, in my opinion, great. I love it. But not enough of a change to base an entire game around. And, slight detour over here. Where was my train of thought? Yes. And China, just in general, really doesn't interest me. Like, the landmass, it's just a big blob. Not really that enthralling. Probably get some grass seeds. Wheat seeds, sorry. It's like Thrones of Britannia. They put in a lot of nice things there, but unless you were playing certain factions, it suffered from what I call Huts of Iron syndrome. It's played this faction, and this faction, and they're interesting. You can play everybody else, but only if you enjoy sitting around not doing a lot for a while. I'm just getting a little tired of sword and shield, axe, bow, cavalry. Like, can we at least have something different to mix that up a little bit, please? Stick a gunpowder game in, then go back to that a lot again. Would be my ideal situation, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do. It just makes it difficult for me to want to really throw lots of time at it, because they're long games. You spend a lot of time playing them. Place. I'm trying to find somewhere nice to build. I kind of want to build out on a lake, so this might be the place for me. Well, it's not as deep as I want. I think I possibly want a deeper body of water. But yeah, back to the original train of thought. I'm just struggling to find games I enjoy that make good recordings. For example, I've been playing a lot of EVE recently. EVE Online really doesn't make good videos. For a start, visually to look at, it's just a confusing as hell UI with things that change that aren't particularly engaging. If you could watch the fight sort of zoomed in and dancing around, like, you know, if you could get a recording of the fight and then zoom around with a free camera and watch it later, maybe more interesting. But just the... Oh, now I'm going to investigate that. Just the regular standard gameplay. It just doesn't really do it. But equally, it's a game you have to throw a lot of time into. I've been playing Star Wars The Old Republic, which is another online MMO. Again, not particularly great for videos. What else have I been playing? I don't even know, really. I've just been dancing around game to game, looking for something to hold my interest for the most part, other than those two, which have held my interest. So that's where all the videos are or aren't, depending on how you want to look at it. I think the biggest source of sorting it out would be if I could somehow come across a lot more spare time than I currently have. But that's problematic because, well, you work 50 hours a week. Doesn't really leave too much time for spider webs. For having free time, especially when you then chuck family D&D and having a dog who's rather needy on top of that. But, you know, he's cute, so I let him off. Speaking of dogs, hello. Can I tame him? Maybe. I'm not actually sure how you do that. I might have tamed him, it might not. I'd say no. Right, it's becoming nighttime, so I'm going to hole up in here where there's a convenient bed. Stick a door on it. And torches. Just give that a minute. So yeah, so that's where all of the videos aren't. I don't think I've really got much more I want to say on that. If you've got any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. I might answer. It depends what you ask. Certain things I'm not going to elaborate on, but you could probably work out what those are. So I think now we'll just go back to the Minecrafty side of things. Oh, hello. Nice bit of iron. That's a lot of zombies. Do we reckon there's a spawner down there? Quick peek. Can't really tell if there's a spawner, but I'll have the coal and the iron. Really handy finding that. We pick it all up? Yeah, good. Right. We'll continue and potentially come back to this. I'm going to set up near here. I'm thinking that chunk of water just there. And we're near this. We're near the village. The forest for wood. Ah, yeah, it's a bit deeper as well. Nice. Right. My squids, I think they attack you. Don't know about that one. Look at that little island over there. Something's burning. Ah, lava as well. This is pretty much everything I could want in almost one place. Yeah. Let's go to just here. Begin. That gets me to the water line. And if I get some sand to chuck in there, we can get rid of the water and cause that to be followed. Play there. We make it out of the local wood. Look good as well. The idea being, this is how I'm going to get down to my mine. Well, I say my mine, it'll be whatever that lot over there leads to. Alright, time to start the cutting. Mass deforestation. Yeah, if you got any ideas of what you'd want to see in this series, or in fact any series, please do put something in the comments. You know, I'm pretty much open to suggestions to try and find anything that interests me at the moment. I would imagine the solo part of this will be far more frequent than the group part, because trying to get any 4 people together is difficult. I've got 2 types of wood here. That looks a different colour. I'm also going to apologise in advance if colours... yeah, one's spruce and one's oak. Right. We've got 11 oak. I think we do have a mix and match. What I might have to do here is deforest the area and then plant the saplings of the one I want so that I can be consistent. I'm sure you guys will be infuriated by multicolour wood choices, and I will probably not even notice. Yeah, one of the things Chad wants us to do is try and build a railway from our new base back to the original. Right, let's use the oak for one of those. Spruce sapling. Eye out for more saplings falling. Just conscious I've got to get going before we hit night time. I'm going to fill this in again. Stick that on it. Oops, fell off. There's a key for this, isn't there? Shift. That's it. Right, for now. What do I want to do? You know what? Got dirt. You dug much dirt. Let's go dig a load of dirt. Sand. Probably go with dirt because then I need to remove it. And it doesn't accidentally collapse on me. These. Basically build a little dirt hut for me to hide in at night in the middle. And we can build the proper structure around it without having to worry too much about whether that structure is enclosed enough to protect me or not. Dirt. I have enough of this. Missed. No, I'm not going to have enough of this at all. Inside. For now, we'll just use sand. Actually, no, we won't do that at all. That'll be a pain to dig up later. Debating whether to make some sort of walkway over here. Don't know what that noise was. Right. My main concern playing this actually is what on earth has changed since I used to play it. I'm sure something big, nasty, and mean is just going to appear out of nowhere and eat me. Right. Bed. Think is. Yep. This is from the drown thing is from the start of the episode, where I wanted to be ready to leave, so have fresh health and food. Point. Get one of them down. All the seeds. Yep, yeah. Sometimes been using that. Right. How wide do we want the house? Hmm. Let's give me the downstairs. I can have the upstairs next to it. Then that's central and... I reckon one more out. I think the other advantage to doing it like this should be the overhang prevents spiders climbing up on me. I believe they can climb up, but if they hit a underside edge, you kind of get a bit stuck. Oh, I fish. Guess I don't need to grow wheat if I can kill these guys. No. They don't seem to drop meat. That one did. Ah! Assuming I can cook that. All the spruces away, didn't I? Genius. Not going to worry too much about animals at the moment. Oh no, there's the other fish. Alright, let's get this hunger bar under control. Need to build a furnace. Go use the oak logs. On then. Let's go do what I intended to do, which is plant these spruces. Spread them out a bit. Should sort themselves out. Now with all the wild animals around, I don't feel like just chucking these along the water's edge. I'll have to make a farm of some variety on my raised platform. There's a spider, but it's centered underground. Yes, I'll get some charcoal going once I've got a few more logs I can spare. I don't have to keep going to mine coal. A skeleton somewhere. Yeah, I thought those two up there. Turns out not. Had a huge stack of spruce planks. It didn't auto swap to. Excellent. Thanks, game. Now, do I actually want one more so I can have a fence around it? Probably wise. just to make extra sure nothing gets on. I remember how to make fences. I believe it's 6 sticks. Go in here and just have a quick check. Make sure I'm right. Nope, I'm not. Problem. Well, there's another screen for me to Google. Dum 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 dum. Ah. Yeah, I would never have found that one. Now, where do I want the entrance to be? I'm going to guess this side. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks. Probably not fence myself in from my main areas of going to get stuff, but I'm sure I will. All right, let's make replacement spade. And out of the way. No, that's not what I want. That's not. Replacement axe. Hunt down some more logs. Definitely a nasty old spider around somewhere. But yeah, so for this first episode, I'm leaving all of this building and things in because I'm trying to find something to talk about at the same time. Going forwards, let me know in the comments what you'd prefer. I'm fully inclined to basically just accelerate this kind of collection kind of bit, and maybe slow it down just for a second if something interesting happens, or I say something that needs to not be at 900% speed. But otherwise, just skip all of this so you don't have to see it. My other thought is that I will mostly do this on stream just so I have people to talk to in the chat who can, you know, then help me fill the void with questions on Minecraft or anything else. But, I mean, let me know what you think. That would be extremely helpful. Putting torches down would also be extremely helpful. Or I'm overrun by all sorts of nasties. Chuck them around there for now. This mud hut in the middle is not going to be staying, but it'll do for now. I think there is the perfect place for me to leave it for the moment. So you guys have time to say some stuff in the comments and let me know what you think going forward. So, thanks for watching. Bye for now.